to someone who already loves you, I'm not referring to a vague hope or a fleeting feeling. I'm speaking of a truth that goes deep into your heart, the place where you've questioned if you'll ever be truly seen, valued, or understood. There are times in life when God speaks so boldly that it nearly wakes your soul. This is one of those times, because when God directs your path, when He decides your heart is ready to be honored, when He plans to introduce you to someone who will love you in ways you've never known, nothing in this world can stand in the way. No past hurt, no betrayal, no fear, no delay, and no opposition can stop what God has already planned for you. Some of you have endured seasons of loneliness that seem never ending. You've been surrounded by people but felt starved for real connection. You've offered love to those who didn't appreciate it. You've given kindness to those who took it for granted. You've tried to stay strong while certain relationships drained the very strength you sought to build. And through all this, your heart has cried out, asking if God sees you, if God remembers you, and if God understands the weight you carry. Let me reassure you today, God has seen every silent tear. He has heard every unspoken prayer. He has watched every time you pretended to be okay. And now, God is leading you into a new chapter where love will no longer be one-sided, confusing, or painful. God is guiding you to someone who already loves you, someone who will honor the place He holds in your life, someone who sees your worth before you even speak. But before God brings this person into your life, He often leads you through a season of refinement, not punishment, but preparation. God molds you so you can stand firm in the blessing He's preparing. He allows certain people to leave because they were not meant to walk into the future He's designed for you. He reveals motives, uncovers truths, and removes what doesn't align. As painful as some of these separations may have been, they were necessary, because when God intends to place you in the life of someone who will love you deeply, cherish you genuinely, and value your heart, He won't let you stay connected to anything that harms your spirit. There are relationships God ends not because they were meaningless, but because you've outgrown the lessons they were meant to teach. Some connections fall apart not because of failure, but because God won't let you settle for anything less than the love He created for you. God is too wise to leave you in places that steal your peace. He's too kind to let your heart stay where it isn't protected. He's too purposeful to let your soul be ignored. Every door closed was an act of divine love. Every heartbreak was a tool of spiritual growth. Every moment of loneliness was an invitation to place your confidence solely in God. Every time you felt forgotten was actually when God was moving things behind the scenes to prepare your heart for someone who already holds love for you in their spirit. Some of you have sensed the change. Something within you has been shifting. You may not fully understand it, but you feel that a season is coming to an end and a new one is beginning. You sense God pulling you away from old habits, old desires, and old patterns. You feel God strengthening your patience, reigniting your hope, and restoring your trust. You hear God whispering that something greater is on the way, even if you haven't seen the proof yet. And I'm telling you today that stirring inside you is not just your imagination. It is God preparing you for a love that aligns with your purpose, not your pain. It is God guiding you to someone who will not only love you, but love you with a love that honors the very design He placed in your soul. When God leads you to someone who already loves you, it means this person has been prepared long before you cross paths. They have been molded by their own struggles, tested through their own valleys, and strengthened through their own storms. They've been shaped by seasons that taught them how to cherish what others may overlook. They've been humbled in ways that make them truly grateful for a soul like yours. God has been working on them just as He has been working on you. And when the right time comes, God brings two prepared hearts together in a way that feels effortless, peaceful, and undeniably divine. You won't have to force it. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to beg for it, because anything God builds doesn't require you to sacrifice your worth. Anything God ordains will never drain you. Anything God blesses will not confuse your spirit. When God brings someone into your life who already loves you, you will experience a sense of peace you haven't felt in a long time. You'll feel safe to be yourself. You'll feel free to grow. You'll feel seen without the need to explain. You'll feel valued without fighting for it. God is not sending you someone who will love you out of convenience. He's leading you to someone who will love you with commitment, intention, and depth. But here's the truth. Many miss God. Often reveals this love in quiet, subtle moments. Not with fireworks, but with peace. Not with intensity, but with consistency. Not in emotional highs, but in steady, grounded love. Because real love, the kind God has appointed for you, is rooted in sincerity, humility, and spiritual alignment. It's the kind of love that brings out your best self, the kind of love that propels you toward your purpose, the kind of love that deepens your relationship with God, and the kind of love that whispers to you, even on tough days, "You're not alone. I'm here. God brought me into your life for a reason." Some of you are standing at the brink of a divine introduction, and you don't even know it. God is moving people. God is redirecting steps. God is arranging silent details. God is preparing a moment when your path will intersect with someone who carries a love that feels familiar because it was destined for you from the start. You may have felt delayed, but in reality, you were being preserved. You may have felt rejected, but you were actually being redirected. You may have felt forgotten, but you were being protected. And now God is guiding you into a season where your heart will be honored, not drained. Consider this. If God wanted you to stay where you were, He would have allowed those relationships to flourish. He would have allowed that person to stay. He would have allowed your heart to settle for less. But God stepped in. He removed what you didn't have the strength to release. He closed doors you kept trying to reopen. He unsettled your comfort because He refused to let you miss a blessing tailor-made for your soul. And now, as you stand here today, you may not fully grasp the way God has been moving, but you can feel it. You can sense that He is guiding you towards something meaningful, something pure, something blessed, something guarded by His hand. God is leading you to someone who will recognize your heart before they notice your appearance. Someone who will value your soul before they value your status. Someone who will cherish your sincerity, not your image. Someone who will support your calling, not compete with it. Someone who will encourage your growth, not fear it. Someone who will choose you, not for what you offer, but for who you genuinely are. This is the kind of love God prepares. This is the kind of love God protects. This is the kind of love God sustains. And when this person enters your life, something powerful happens. Your heart starts to heal in places you didn't even know were broken. You begin to trust again. You begin to hope again. You begin to believe again. Not because this person replaces God, but because they reflect the goodness and mercy God has placed in your path. Their presence serves as a reminder that God never forgot you. God never abandoned you. God never ignored your pain. God was working all along, shaping someone whose heart could hold yours without breaking it. But before this blessing comes, God often asks for one thing: surrender. Not surrender in defeat, but surrender in trust. God wants you to release the fear that tells you you're unworthy. Release the doubt that says love will always fail you. Release the old memories that replay the same story over and over. Release the belief that you must earn love through suffering. Release the notion that your past defines your future. When you surrender these things, you create space for the love God has designed. You clear room in your heart for someone who already carries love for you and theirs. This love will challenge you in the best possible way. It will elevate you. It will require honesty. It will require patience. It will require growth. But it will never require you to lose yourself, because God does not send relationships to break you. God sends relationships to build you. God does not send people to drain your strength. God sends people who help you rise. God does not send love to confuse you. God sends love to clarify your purpose, align your heart, and strengthen your faith. Let me say this with conviction. When God leads you to this person, you will not question whether it is real. You will not wrestle with hidden motives. You will not feel the anxiety that comes from inconsistency. You will feel peace. You will feel clarity. You will feel certainty, because what God offers carries His signature calmness, stability, dignity, and truth. Some of you have been praying, asking God when your season will change, asking when the right person will come, asking why others find love while you remain waiting. But God's timing is not punishment. His timing is protection. God does not withhold love from you. He withholds heartbreak. He withholds confusion. He withholds chaos. God waits until the blessing and timing align so that the relationship He brings will not collapse under pressure. You're not waiting because nothing is happening. You're waiting because everything is happening. God is preparing you. God is preparing them. God is preparing the moment when both of you will walk into each other's lives and quietly think, this is what my heart has been missing. And when that moment arrives, you will look back at every disappointment, every heartbreak, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, and you will finally understand why God didn't let you settle. You will understand why certain people walked away. You will understand why certain seasons had to end. You will understand why God kept you hidden, guarded, and separated for a time. It was because God was leading you to someone who already loves you, someone who will not mishandle your heart, someone who will not dismiss your worth, someone who will not take lightly the gift that God has placed before them. So stand firm in your faith, lift your head, strengthen your spirit, because you are walking into a chapter of divine alignment. You are walking into a season of honored love. You're walking into the presence of someone who will love you with a depth that reflects the care God has always had for you. God has not forgotten your heart. God has not ignored your prayers. God has not overlooked your longing. God is guiding your steps, preparing your spirit, and unfolding a blessing that will change the way you see love forever. God is leading you to someone who already loves you, someone who has been waiting for a soul like yours, someone who will walk with you, respect you, support you, and grow with you, someone who will thank God for the day your paths finally crossed. And when that day arrives, your heart will know without confusion or doubt that this love was written by God Himself. There is something powerful that happens when a person finally realizes that God is not only guiding their footsteps, but also shaping the heart that will one day walk beside them. When God prepares love for you, He does not prepare it halfway. He does not offer a partial blessing. He crafts something complete, something whole, something strong enough to stand against the storms of life. God sees the hidden parts of your soul that long for connection, and He sees the person whose heart already carries love for you even before they know your name. God is intricately weaving these two stories together with purpose, with precision, and with a tenderness that only He can provide. Many people underestimate the depth of God's care.